The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. Additionally, I would ask that you support my channel by liking it and subscribing to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. Take a look at this now, shall we? SSC is coming under fire. The transparency of the XRP case is required by Empower Oversight. There has been an increase in the number of times that Empower Oversight has attempted to request information from the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) concerning the conflicts of interest and selective enforcement of cryptocurrencies. The complainant has requested that the Office of the Inspector General of the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) publish a report that provides an analysis of these legal concerns with a particular focus on those that pertain to Heinemann and Clayton of the SEC. US 6 SEC has been facing criticism regarding a potential conflict of interest for approximately 3 years now. Efforts have been made by Empower Oversight to get information concerning potential conflicts of interest that may exist within the Securities and Exchange Commission. In August of 2021, the organization submitted a complaint under the Freedom of Information Act in order to acquire information pertaining to the communication that took place between representatives of the SEC and other parties regarding cryptocurrency. Empower Oversight continues to be worried about the comprehensiveness of the probe, even after indicators were sent forth 5 months ago indicating that the SECCO was in the midst of finishing its conclusions. Tristan Leavitt, the president of Empower Oversight, made the observation that the investigation might only focus on the conflicts of interest that implicate Heinemann and not those that concern Jay Clayton, who was the previous chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission. This was one of the points that was brought up by Leavitt. This is done to demonstrate that the company is capable of properly managing and avoiding conflicts of interest, as stated by Leavitt, who also emphasized that it is of the utmost significance to examine Clayton's choices made during his tenure at the Securities and Exchange Commission, particularly with regard to the cryptocurrencies that were mentioned earlier, specifically Bitcoin, Ether, and Ethereum, and XRP. There has been a fight for transparency in the courts, and as a result of the work that Empower Oversight has undertaken to encourage openness, a number of cases have been filed. The organization initiated legal action against the Securities and Exchange Commission in December 2021, with the intention of obtaining information concerning the problems of interest conflict and selective measures taken by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. On the other side, the corporation has been accused of being reluctant to answer to the Freedom of Information Act requests, which finally led to new lawsuits being brought in May 2023 and March 2024 over the subject concerning the company. The Securities and Exchange Commission's reluctance to make an effort to release the documents has been a source of concern for the agency in terms of maintaining a level of transparency. In addition to this, Leavitt asserted that the CFM of the Securities and Exchange Commission was engaging in behaviors that were extended in the FOIA request. According to him, the delay had made it more difficult to monitor any potential conflicts of interest that may have emerged as a result of the decisions that CIA personnel had taken about Bitcoin. He added that this problem had been caused by the delay. Specifically, the decisions that Heinemann and Clayton made about Bitcoin are being scrutinized in greater detail. During the course of a discussion concerning the regulation of cryptocurrencies, William Heinemann, who had previously served as the director of the Securities and Exchange Commission, and Jay Clayton, who had previously served as the chair of the SEC, have been at the center of consideration. Simpson Etcher, the previous legal company that Heinemann worked for and which had a financial interest in promoting Ethereum, offered him a hefty benefits package despite the fact that it had a financial interest in promoting Ethereum. For the purpose of the investigations that Empower Oversight has been doing, the speech that Heinemann delivered in 2018 in which he asserted that Ether is not a security has been the primary point of the investigation. Since there are speculations that a resolution between Ripple and the SEC over the XRP litigation is on the horizon, on-chain metrics have once again prompted the industry as a whole to be buzzing with excitement. This is something that has caused the industry to be buzzing with excitement. On the 17th of July, there were around 195 million coins that were verified to have been transferred to and from exchanges. Of those coins, Ripple was responsible for 150 million of them. As a result of the fact that XRP is now displaying signs of a bull run, this story has gained a significant degree of interest in the cryptocurrency industry. The information that is currently stored on the blockchain of the digital asset that is supported by Ripple Labs is summarized in the following paragraphs. According to these numbers, there has been a buzz that has extended across the Bitcoin landscape. During the SEC settlement speculations, there was a transfer of 150 million Ripple worth and a dump of 45 million whales. There is a lot of speculation going on in the cryptocurrency market about a possible settlement between Ripple and the SEC in relation to the XRP case. The development of this is quite intriguing. Attorneys Bill Morgan and Fred Rispoli, who are representing Ripple, have already voiced their expectation that a final decision will be made sometime between the end of July and the beginning of August. This was said during the Remedies briefing. During this interim period, the native coin that is affiliated with the blockchain payments firm in the United States has enjoyed spectacular growth. According to the data that was provided by CoinMarketCap, the cryptocurrency has proceeded to extend its weekly gains to a total of 38 as of today, during the course of the events described above. An amazing 150 million coins, with a total value of $87.49 million, were transferred from Ripple to an address that was unknown, according to the data that was obtained by Whaler. A considerable amount of attention has been drawn to this transaction, which has resulted in the development of hypotheses concerning the likely reasons for making this purchase. The address has been the recipient of a comparable amount of XRP, as was previously disclosed by Coinit Media. This information is provided for the purpose of providing some background information. In turn, this gives rise to rumors that the transaction could signal a potential move by Ripple to profit on the ongoing bull run at the moment. Furthermore, Whale Alert notified the well-known whale quantity of 45 million coins to the cryptocurrency exchanges Bitstamp and Bitso by means of two independent transactions that took place concurrently. Additionally, it is feasible to read that the price of XRP has broken through 0.59 in the midst of major whale activity. Could the rally go on for longer? A spike in the market was brought to light by the data from CoinGlass, which demonstrated that the futures open interest for the token grew by 20 to 818 million today. A further indication of the growing interest of investors in the asset is the fact that the total amount of derivatives itself climbed by 55%, reaching a total of $5 billion. On the other hand, the relative strength index is hitting 76 as I get closer to the overbought region, which implies that the price may experience a decrease in the near future given the current market conditions. That the resistance level of 0.6 for XRP has been broken today is something that ought to be brought to your attention. Ripple and the CSEC are currently engaged in ongoing settlement negotiations. Therefore, in order to reap additional benefits, the coin must continue to retain its position above it. Furthermore, Clayton's stint as chairman of the firm has been related to a range of regulatory processes regarding Bitcoin and Ether, and these investigations have been carried out during his tenure. These proceedings have been tied to Clayton's tenure. The Freedom of Information Act request that Empower Oversight sent was intended to provide information regarding any potential conflicts of interest and connections that Clayton may have had with Bitcoin enthusiasts. The request was sent with the intention of providing this information. It has been a persistent issue that the corporation has not been able to produce these records, and this failure raises questions about the integrity of the decision-making process that the SEC employs. The Ripple venture capitals are still waiting for a final decision and transparency to be made. As a result of the legal conflict that has emerged between Ripple Labs and the Securities and Exchange Commission, the clarity of the SEC case has been brought to the forefront of the discussion. The issue is over the decision made by the Securities and Exchange Commission to classify XRP as an unregistered security, and the general public has shown a significant amount of interest in the possibility of a settlement being reached. An attorney representing the XSC by the name of Mark Fagel has stepped forward to debunk rumors that the two parties are currently in the process of entering into negotiations for a settlement. Even though there have been several discussions that have taken place behind closed doors, he emphasizes the fact that both parties are still waiting for the verdict that will be handed down by the district court. There is still a continuous effort being made by